Picture this. You're looking at a terminal window. An AI coding agent is exploring a massive, real-world software repository completely on its own. It navigates through the folders, finds an error, and starts modifying code across multiple files. It kicks off the test suite, a test fails. But instead of stopping, the agent just reads the failure log, adjusts the code, and runs it again. Boom, green check marks across the board. Finally, it prepares a pristine pull request with full documentation, just sitting there ready for human review. If an AI can already execute that entire workflow completely on its own, it really forces us to ask the most urgent question in tech right now. Will AI replace software developers? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a strictly evidence-driven look at what AI is actually doing to the software engineering profession. We're not here to spread generic doom and gloom about robots taking over, and we definitely aren't here to tell you your job is 100% safe either. Instead, we're looking at the data to understand how the role of the developer is fundamentally transforming. Section 1, the AI coding reality. Let's look at what these tools can actually pull off today, because we are way past simple autocomplete. The reality of coding has shifted dramatically thanks to tools like Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, and GitHub Copilot. These aren't just fancy text predictors anymore. They're running full agentic workflows. They can explore a massive code base, refactor complex architectures, run testing suites, and prep pull requests. They're handling multi-file changes entirely on their own, working in the background on complex tasks. It's a massive leap that is automating huge chunks of the traditional development workflow. Section 2, the adoption paradox. Now, with capabilities that advanced, you'd think developers would be throwing a parade, right? Well, we looked at the 2025 Stack Overflow Developer Survey, which draws on tens of thousands of global responses. And there is a massive contradiction happening in the industry. On one hand, the adoption numbers are just staggering. 84%, 84% of developers are either using or planning to use AI tools. And 51% of professional developers are using them every single day. This isn't some fringe experiment anymore. It is just a normal part of building software now. But here is the paradox. Despite that massive daily usage, nobody really trusts the thing. Only 29% of developers actually trust the AI's output to be accurate. Meanwhile, a staggering 46% actively distrust it. Think about that for a second. Almost half the industry is daily driving a tool they don't even believe in. And this number explains why. 66% of developers are deeply frustrated by AI solutions that are, well, almost right. You know the feeling, right? The code looks totally plausible, but finding that one hidden, subtle hallucination becomes an absolute nightmare. In fact, nearly half of developers say debugging AI-generated code actually takes more time than just writing it from scratch. Section 3, what gets automated? Look, we need to separate typing from engineering. Writing lines of code is simply not the same thing as software engineering. They are two totally different things, and AI's current capabilities highlight this divide perfectly. AI absolutely crushes the repetitive, highly structured stuff, your boilerplate code, simple CRUD endpoints, basic unit tests. It's great at that. But when you throw ambiguous business requirements at it, or complex system architecture, or security trade-offs, it hits a massive wall. The issue isn't just raw intelligence. It's a total lack of reliability and deep contextual accountability. Which brings us to what the industry calls the junior developer problem. If AI automates all the repetitive entry-level implementation tasks, how do junior developers get their reps in? How do they build foundational skills? Well, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, they might lose out on some brute force practice, but AI can also be an incredible tutor, accelerating learning with instant explanations and interactive feedback. It's changing the path to gaining experience rather than just erasing the need for juniors completely. Section 4, productivity versus employment. This is the elephant in the room, right? If AI agents make an individual developer incredibly productive, does that automatically mean a company is going to need fewer developers? We know from the data that among the developers actively using AI agents at work, 69% report a real boost in personal productivity. They are absolutely getting more done in less time. So the math seems scary. If one developer can produce the output of two, a company could just cut their team in half, right? Not exactly, because increased productivity doesn't automatically equal job loss. Companies have a choice. Instead of shrinking the team, they can use that new leverage to build way more software, ship features faster, try out wild new product ideas, or finally fix their terrible legacy systems. The impact on jobs ultimately comes down to business decisions and market appetite, not just the tech itself. So, are developers actually losing their jobs to AI right now? While some recent high profile tech layoffs have definitely pointed the finger at AI, labor economists are warning us against that simplistic narrative. You have to zoom out. A lot of these job cuts are driven by corporate restructuring, cost cutting after years of pandemic overhiring, and high interest rates. Claiming that AI is solely responsible for current layoffs just isn't supported by the broader evidence. Section 5, the multi-agent future. We aren't looking at immediate replacement. We're looking at a structural transformation in how work gets done. Imagine a realistic workflow where one single human developer acts as an orchestrator, supervising a whole team of AI agents at the same time. You've got an agent writing back-end APIs, another one building out the front-end UI, and a third running QA and flagging vulnerabilities. Your job as the human, you set the goals, orchestrate the workflow, and most importantly, you review, approve, and take actual accountability for the final product. Section 6, the new software developer. So what does your day-to-day actually look like if you aren't just typing out syntax for 8 hours a day? Where is your value? The job completely transforms. You'll spend much less time on the manual implementation of repetitive code. Instead, your value moves up the stack. You'll be investing your time in system design, rigorous security testing, and wrangling these agents. Human judgment, understanding the business context, and making those really complex architectural trade-offs, that becomes the core of the job. To stay relevant here, developers have to dive deep into high-level skills. System design, architecture, APIs, databases, security, cloud infrastructure, and advanced code review. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say learn prompting. True leverage comes from understanding the architecture so deeply that you can properly review and debug what the AI spits out. You literally can't supervise an agent if you don't know what great code looks like. So going back to our core question, will AI replace software developers? Based on the evidence we have right now, AI won't necessarily replace the software engineer, but it is going to replace many of the tasks software engineers traditionally do. It's changing the workflow and the economics of the industry. AI performs the implementation, humans provide the goals, the constraints, and the critical judgment. Which brings us to what is easily the most crucial takeaway of this entire explainer. The biggest threat to your career might not be that an AI takes your job. It's that another developer who learns how to use AI better than you becomes a one-person army and takes your job. The goal isn't to out-type an algorithm. That is a losing game. The goal is to become an orchestrator of these incredibly powerful tools. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought as you map out the future of your career. Are you spending your time learning to compete with AI, or are you learning to work with it?